Ah, I can't see you. What if I back up? I'll back up. Hey, um, how's everyone doing? It's been a while since I've done a video, so I thought I would do one. And the video that I thought would make most sense to do today, based on the themes that have been going on in some sessions, and just personal life, even just conversations with people that I know, is about trust. So I've been hearing a lot that someone feels like they can't trust someone because they feel like they can't really trust anyone. So they say things like, I have a hard time trusting. How do I know that I can trust this person? And the reason why people generally have a hard time trusting is because they've been hurt in the past. But I think it's important to dig into that just a little bit, and maybe even like challenge that a little bit. Not challenge that you've been hurt in the past or betrayed in the past, because of course I'm not going to challenge that. If you're feeling hurt and betrayed by somebody, then you've been hurt and betrayed by somebody probably. So I'm not interested in challenging that. What I'm interested in challenging is the idea that I can't trust because I've been hurt and betrayed in the past. Because what I find is that most people have had a situation where they've been hurt and betrayed. And the difference between someone who's not able to trust or struggles with trusting, and a person who doesn't really struggle with trusting, the difference is not that the person that struggles has been hurt and betrayed and the other one has not, although that's what people tend to think. The difference is how they both react to the betrayal. So if I have been betrayed, and after working on healing, and I find that, that person betrayed me, however, it doesn't mean that this person will betray me, or this person even betrayed me about that one thing, but has not betrayed me about this other thing, because let's be clear, just because someone can't be trusted for something doesn't necessarily mean that they can't be trusted for anything. I know for myself, you can probably trust that I'm not going to be early to things, but that doesn't mean I'm not trustworthy. When it comes to being early for things, yes, if I am not trustworthy to be early for things, I probably will not be early showing up. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to betray you unless I promised you I was going to be early and I showed up on time or late. Then I've betrayed you in that moment, in terms of I promised something and I didn't deliver. But so that's really the difference, is how we react to betrayal, not if we've been betrayed. And that's a thought that people have that struggle with trusting is, well, it's easy for you to trust, but it's not easy for me to trust because I've been betrayed. And while I understand that reasoning, that thought process, I don't agree with it. And I could see why some people might be even offended by that. You're assuming that I've never been betrayed simply because I don't struggle as much as you do when it comes to trusting someone, or most people. So the way, so I guess I encourage you to think about that just because you've been betrayed doesn't mean you have to struggle with trusting. It might mean that you do, but it doesn't mean you necessarily have to. And I know I get some pushback on this. But I really do believe that, people react differently to things for various reasons. And that's one of the differences with people. The other thing I think is important is people continuously say to me, how can I know that this person's not going to hurt me? How can I know that this person is trustworthy? And my answer is you don't. You're probably never going to prove that this person will never betray your trust unless I think even if they've died and you haven't learned of them betraying your trust, it doesn't necessarily mean they haven't. It just means they haven't gotten caught. And so what I have realized in my mind anyways, and I don't have to be right on this, but I think this makes the most sense for me, and it's made the most sense for people that I've shared this with, is that trust is not proof that the person will never betray you. Because if they're good at, if they haven't been caught, it doesn't mean they haven't betrayed. It just means they haven't been caught. And so you could go the rest of your life or the rest of their life not knowing if they've betrayed you. So trust is not proof that the person will never betray you or hurt you. Trust is the absence of proof that the person has betrayed you, in a sense. Now, I don't know, dictionary probably says something completely different about trust, but in terms of a working definition, I think, of trust and answering that question of how will I know, the answer is you probably don't know. You won't ever know for sure if this person will never hurt you, but there are ways of knowing that the person has hurt you because you're hurt, because you found out. So I encourage you to consider that for yourselves. Consider allowing yourself to take the risk of trusting someone. Take the risk of going forward if so far there isn't proof that the person has hurt you. Now, this is a very, I know I've generalized this, and so if there's specific situations like this person has, I don't know, raped 10 women but hasn't raped you, use some of the safety sense. But when it comes to, my last girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, lover, partner betrayed me, and therefore I'm never going to be with somebody ever again because I can't trust ever again, then try to apply this reasoning even when it's scary. Try to apply that reasoning that trust is not proof that this next person is never going to hurt you. Trust is the absence of proof that this person has hurt you. And if there might never be, if there is proof that this person has hurt you, then you can decide what to do about it. Give that some thought. And I know it's scary. I know it's really scary, especially after having been hurt and betrayed. But it doesn't always have to be that way for you. I guess that's it. Take care.